How you doing? Mr. DJ here tonight, starting off fresh for my 60s YouTube channel and outsourcing Billboard's Hot 100 of April 3rd, 1965. Let's go to it right now. April 3rd, 1965. Some of the big hits off this Hot 100 that you might remember: "Nowhere to Run" by Martha and the Vandellas, "Red Roses" for Blue Lady by Vic Dana, "Ferry Cross to Mercy" by Jerry and the Pacemakers at number 11, "My Girl" by the Temptations is dropping down to number 12. Oh gosh, one of the best remakes ever. "Do You Want to Dance" by the Beach Boys at number 13. "Don't Let Me Be Misunderstood" by the Animals at number 15. Got the British Invasion, got Motown kicking in. And speaking of the British Invasion, "Tired of Waiting for You" by the Kinks, their third top 10 hit. At number 18, up from 26 on this Billboard's Hot 100 from 1965. And now we go to a Lost 45 at number 52 on Billboard's Hot 100. She was real popular in England back in the mid-60s, but never got really big here in the States. "Girl Don't Come" by Sandie Shaw at number 52, up 10 from 62 previous week. And I got some notes on Sandie Shaw that I made yesterday, so I'm going to weed through my chicken scratch. As a matter of fact, I'm just going to kind of wing through this. Sandie Shaw, she had about around four or five huge hits in England in the mid-60s. She signed a deal with Pie Records. It was around 1963, 1964. She had a record out, didn't do anything, and then, my goodness, this is really a delight. Particularly to share this with the American audience. I'm sure everybody's familiar with "Always Something There to Remind Me." Well, that song was written by Hal David and Burt Bacharach. And Lou Johnson had a very minor hit with that song, an R&B hit in 1964, but only got as high as number 49. Lou Johnson. The song was given to Sandie Shaw. Sandie Shaw's version of "Always Something There to Remind Me" didn't do much better. It went to number 52. But in England, it went to number 1. Her first number 1 hit in England in 1964. "Always Something There to Remind Me." The song probably more familiar to the British audience in the 60s than it was to the American audience. It wasn't until R.B. Greaves did his version of "Always Something There to Remind Me" that the American audience became more familiar with the record. But that was her first big hit. Then her second hit, it was the song at number 52 on Billboard's Hot 100, "Girl Don't Come." But the story has it that Sandie Shaw did not like the arrangement of the record. She much preferred another record that was written by Chris Andrews, songwriter. He wrote several of her records. Chris Andrews, I'd be far better off without you was the name of the record. She preferred that as the A side. And her manager preferred "Girl Don't Come" as the A side, but her manager just kind of gave in to Sandie Shaw. So here's how it was set up: "I'll Be Far Better Without You" at the A side, and "Girl Don't Come" the B side. But things didn't work out that way. When Sandie Shaw performed both of these tunes on television, she got a more favorable response for the B side. Also, DJs started turning over. They flipped over the record and started playing "Girl Don't Come." "Girl Don't Come" became her second big hit. Went to number 3 in England. Also, a guy who's not familiar to the American audience and probably not familiar to me, people in Britain, one of the session pros played on this record, "Girl Don't Come" by Sandie Shaw. One of them, guitarist Big Jim Sullivan, a prolific session guitarist. He has played on 54 UK number 1 hits. Big Jim Sullivan. As among the records that he's played on, "Ferry Cross to Mercy," I just mentioned that, by Jerry and the Pacemakers. He played on Ichiku Park. Session on Ichiku Park by Small Faces. How about that? Going psychedelic. And I believe that's all I got to say about this record. "Girl Don't Come." Oh, one other thing. Another hit that she had on down the road in 1965, "Long Live Love." That was one of her biggest hits. She believed in that song so much, she turned down a record called "It's Not Unusual." She had an opportunity to record "It's Not Unusual," but she turned it down, preferring "Long Live Love," "Long Live Love," which was a huge hit for her in England. "It's Not Unusual" thus went to Tom Jones. his first hit record, originally offered to Sandie Shaw. Man, you find out all these amazing little nuggets of information when you do research on these artists. Nice sounding record. The Girl Don't Come sort of follows the same melodic rhythm pattern of her version of Always Something There to Remind Me, which might have been one of the reasons why she wasn't necessarily happy with making this song the A side. But I'm sure she was happy when she saw the royalty checks come in on this record. Girl Don't Come only got as high as number 42. It was her biggest American hit. It almost made it to the top 40. Number 42 on Billboard's Hot 100 for 9 weeks. At number 52 on Billboard April 3rd, 1965 is Sandie Shaw. Girl Don't Come.